What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Best Spots to Eat At in Southern California. On this episode, we're gonna be checking out the beautiful city of Montebello, a gateway city in between Los Angeles and Orange County. This neighborhood is a diverse neighborhood of Hispanics, Asian, and so much more. And if you like this episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell because it always helps out the channel. Without further ado, let's go check out Montebello. Let's go. Alright guys, on our first stop on our best spots to eat at here in the city of Montebello, we're gonna be checking out this classic legendary spot called Frumento's, an Italian deli and market here since the 1950s. So they've been a staple for the community of Montebello. Let's check out their amazing Italian stuff. Let's go. Can I do an order of the 6-inch kickball fireball sub? And then can I do a la carte lobster ravioli? And then let me also do one piece of the cannoli. And that's it for me. Appreciate it. Thank you.
49.
Thank you so much. Have a good day. We got the goods right here. Look at that. Okay, let's go outside. All right, guys, we got a little bit of everything: sandwich, cannoli, lobster ravioli, but this place kind of blew me away. From the outside, you don't suspect anything. It kind of looks like a dull building, kind of run down. You don't even think there's anything inside. But once you walk inside, you're transported to a market in Italy. The first thing you see is rows and rows of Italian goods, from olive oils, canned goods, everything. And then on the side, there's a beautiful deli ready to take your order. Anything you can get from the hot and cold bar. And the service was impeccable. Super fast. I got all this food less than 20 minutes. Okay, that's impressive. And they had a couple orders before me, but I'm excited to dive in. First of all, you know me, I like to start with dessert. So we're gonna go with the cannoli. Just looking at this cannoli, I'm already pretty excited. And most cannolis are very basic. You know, it just has the cream inside, the chocolate on the tip, but they actually kind of put a citrus little piece of fruit right on top. And this looks like the rind of the zest of the orange. So that's kind of interesting that they did that. Nice consistency of the dough and the cream right on top. I'm excited to try this. Let's go. Oh, wow. Now that's some creamy filled cannoli right there. The cream is nice and thick. The zest from the orange just kind of gives that extra oomph that you're looking for. And I've never had that before, but I really like it a lot. It goes actually really well with the chocolate. If you're gonna come here to Frumento's, then definitely get the cannoli because this thing is cream filled, if you know what I mean. It has a nice chocolate tip. You know what I'm saying? Definitely a #1 in my book. You can't come to an Italian market in Deli without getting a sub. And I was looking online and people recommend me getting the meatball sub, but I saw they had the kick-ass meatball sub, which is a little spicier. So they have peppers right on top, yellow banana peppers, jalapenos, sausage, and meatballs. My mouth is watering and I love spicy, so I already know I'm gonna like this right here. Nice toasty bun. You can kind of hear the crackling of the sandwich bun right there. This already looks good. Cheers. Oh yeah. This is a winner right here. The meatball is nice and tender. There's actually a lot of flavor in that meatball. First of all, look at the size of this meatball right here. Now that's a proper handmade meatball. They make everything fresh right here. They got a whole brigade of chefs basically baking, cooking from the crack of dawn. And I can see why this place has been here for 50 years, 50 plus years actually. The toastiness of the bun, the meatball is nice and homemade and tender. Sausage is nice and cooked well. And this is a 6-inch. So they have bigger ones that are, you know, this long, but this can fill you up no problem. I love the fact that they make this in-house from scratch. Definitely a smash for me. 100%. And now we got the lobster ravioli. They use their homemade vodka sauce on there and they put slices of Parmesan right on top. And you notice they put parsley around the plate. It's actually a very old school Italian way of dressing up their plates. They don't really do this anymore, but I like the fact that they kept this around because sometimes old school, there's nothing wrong with it. If it works, it works. So let's check out this lobster ravioli. Let me just tell you, you can just tell this is homemade because these things are massive, okay? Big hockey pucks of ravioli stuffed inside with their lobster. Now, a lot of places, they use imitation lobster, stuff like that. Real lobster in these lobster raviolis. Let's take a bite. Now, this right here is a bite. Let's go for it. Yep, something about homemade pasta, especially raviolis, stuff with their own homemade lobster stuffing, just kind of makes you feel like you're at home. This is kind of like what this place is all about. Nice, simple food, makes you feel like you're at home, kind of feels like you're at an Italian grandmother's house, you know, eating her dinner and just sharing stories, because that's what this place is about. A lot of the locals right here have been coming here for the past, 60 plus years, eating their food. Outside, it doesn't even look like anything. You wouldn't even think there's a market here. But once you step inside, my God, you are transported to Flavor Town. But check out this nice, beautiful Italian deli. Get your Italian groceries right here. Get your delicious foods like the kick-ass sub, the cannoli, the ravioli. You won't go wrong because everything is done right, homemade, and from scratch. Frumentos, go check them out if you're in the area. All right, guys, we're here at our second spot on the best spots to eat at here in the city of Montebello. We're here at the great legendary Ari Super Burger, known for their massive pastrami chili cheese fries, pastrami sandwiches, and burgers the size of my head. This spot's been here for more than 60 years, and it's been a staple here for the locals here in Montebello. Let's go check them out. Hey, how's it going? Let me do an order of the pastrami chili cheese fries, and then let me also do a pastrami sandwich, and then let me also do a double cheeseburger, please, with bacon. Awesome, thank you. All right, guys, we got a spread of pastrami overload, okay? Pastrami chili cheese fries, pastrami sandwich, and a double bacon cheeseburger with my name on it. Let's go right into the pastrami chili cheese fries. Nice char on the pastrami. Look at that, golden brown fries, home style chili, and some amazing thick cuts of pastrami. So people have been coming here for the past 60 years just for this stuff right here. Pastrami chili cheese fries has been a little bit of a newer item, but not too new. You know what I'm saying? Let's get a little piece of everything. Nice gooey cheese and that home style chili. Cheers. Now that's good right there. The potato of the fries is so soft and the chili is just fantastic. My God, nice sprinkle of the cheese and the pastrami is nice and crispy. That's right there is a perfect pastrami chili cheese fries. Out of all the pastrami chili cheese fries I've eaten, this has to be the best for sure. Number one in Montebello. Look at the size of this thing right here. This pastrami sandwich is the size of my face when you open it up. Look at how much pastrami they put in this one tiny sandwich, okay? Literally dripping from the mustard and the juices, but two slices, a tiny piece of slices of bread are holding this thing together. This is ridiculous. This is comical. And the amount of pastrami they put on this, they make you feel like you want like double and triple orders of meat for sure. Ari Super Burger, they don't skimp out. That's the thing about this place. This place is a value location. You will not go hungry eating here for sure. Let's see if I can even put it in my mouth. Pause. Cheers. My God, it's like they put a whole bunch of meat in my mouth and I just can't handle it. It looks like, it barely even looks like I've even made a dent on this sandwich, but you can tell. Ari Super Burger, when it comes to the pastrami, they don't mess around. So next time anyone tells you where the best pastrami spot is, Ari Super Burger. All right, guys, now we're at the double bacon cheeseburger. Two nice charred patties, bacon, tomato, lettuce, and look how perfect this burger is. Kind of looks like a cartoon burger, not a lie. And it's pretty big, pretty much almost the size of my hand. And that's pretty good. But let's go right into it because this burger has my name on it and I can't wait to dive in. Cheers. Oh yeah, fresh tomatoes, lettuce, perfectly cooked burger, classic American cheese. This tastes like America. And the way they've cooked it is actually really perfect. I feel like a lot of places where they do burgers, they overdo it or they kind of mess up here and there. This is just a simple, classic double bacon cheeseburger. This is why they're called the Ari Super Burger, because they don't mess up on their burgers. Massive pastrami, chili cheese fries are on point, and some of the best burgers I've had in Montebello. Ari Super Burger, next to none. So let me know if you're in the area because you gotta check out Ari Super Burger. Can't wait to show you the next spot because it's even gonna be even better. Let's see you there. All right, guys, so we're here at our final spot on the best spots to eat at here in Montebello. We're at a special location because it's probably one of the only proper Chinese sit-down restaurants here in the entire city. Even though we're bordering other prominent Asian enclave cities, Montebello doesn't have that many Chinese restaurants. So we're here at the oldest Chinese restaurant here in the city of Montebello. Here for more than 60 years, this place has been the staple for the locals here. Let's go check them out and try out their authentic Chinese food. Let's go. The barbecue pork fried rice, order of the pork egg foo young, Mongolian beef, and the one-on shrimp. That's it. Thank you. Okay, we got a major spread. I wanted to show a little bit of everything for this place because I feel like Chinese restaurants are all about family style, and family style has been the core root for most Chinese restaurants here in America. This place has been still family run since the day they opened back in the 1950s. So you can tell a lot of love, a lot of effort has gone into this restaurant specifically, and they're the oldest and longest running restaurant operating here in Montebello as a Chinese restaurant, and the first. Let's go right into it. I want to show you the starters first. Look at this, crispy chow mein chips. You don't find this a lot in a lot of places. Comes with a side of ketchup and mustard. Ketchup, a little bit of mustard. This mustard is strong. Kind of reminds me of like horseradish. Cheers. Yep, that mustard is strong. Kind of hits in the back of the throat actually. And it's always customary to eat your Chinese food with some jasmine tea. Cheers. Really kind of clears the throat, kind of clears the mind actually. And another starter they give as a complimentary is their egg drop soup. Look at that. Nice clear broth, egg drop right in the middle. It's kind of fascinating actually how they make egg drop. They use a sieve to basically let the egg drop from the sieve, and it kind of makes this ribbon-like effect with the egg. Let's give this a try. Cheers. The broth is nice, very clear. Egg is nice and well cooked, but yeah, pretty solid egg drop soup. Just as good as any dim sum restaurant or any kind of Chinese restaurant you've ever had in your life. Pretty damn good egg drop soup. But let's go right into the main star of the show. So we got a little bit of everything actually. We got the barbecue pork fried rice, Mongolian beef, honey walnut shrimp, and the pork egg foo young. Let's go first with the barbecue pork fried rice. This barbecue pork fried rice has been recommended across the board. You check out Yelp, Google reviews, really any kind of website you check out. I love the way they prepare it. Simple, green onions, egg, and pork. Not like the carrots and peas that you find in most Chinese restaurants, the traditional style. Let's check out a nice spoonful of this. Nice and steamy, straight from the wok. You can see the little bits of char from the wok, so you know it's been kissed by the wok actually. But this right here is a proper barbecue pork fried rice. I can already tell. No peas and carrots, just green onions, a little bit of soy sauce, oyster sauce. That's all you need really. A little bit of MSG, you know what I'm saying, for that flavor. And what I like to do, add a little bit of chili oil right on top. Let's take a bite of this real quick. Cheers. The pork is actually well done. You can pretty much see that every bit of the fried rice has a little bit of egg right there. That's really good. That's a good sign. But honestly, the taste is on point. Kind of reminds me of the classic spots I've been to in Chinatown. You know, this is basically on par with those spots. Definitely a recommendation if you're ever here. Barbecue pork fried rice, crowd favorite. Now we got another fan favorite right here, the Mongolian barbecue beef right here. Now, something about Chinese restaurants and Mongolian beef just hits right. And look at this. The beef is nice and coated in that delicious sauce, dried red peppers, onions, and the crispy noodles on the side for that extra flair. Classic, classic. I already know by just looking at this, it's gonna hit. And I love Mongolian beef. Cheers. Oh yeah, perfect. Beef is nice and tender. You can tell it's been coated with that slurry. You gotta give that more tender feel. And that's actually a great way to get cheap cuts of beef tender. They use that cornstarch slurry to make it even softer. The sauce is nice and delicious. And then when you pair the beef with the crispy noodles, oh yeah, that right there is perfect. Delicious, tender, and juicy, just the way Mongolian beef is supposed to be. And it has a nice kick to it too. Now we got everybody's favorite, the honey walnut shrimp. I feel like it's a great way to judge a Chinese restaurant by its cover, because if you can do a proper honey walnut shrimp, then you probably have one of the better restaurants. Nice, big, chunky shrimp, good chunks of walnut. Already, to me, this looks pretty good. Pretty good deep fry on the shrimp and a nice amount of sauce, kind of sugary texture on top. Let's give this a try. Cheers. Oh yeah, this is like 10 times better than Panda Express, 10 times better than any Chinese restaurant that I've been to. Like, you can tell by the texture of the shrimp, it's nice and cooked right. And like the fact that it was just straight from the kitchen, and it only took like less than like 5 minutes to get here. We ordered and it got here within less than 10 minutes. That's fast. It didn't even need to write down either. So that's how you know this order was correct. And it's like, you know, probably one of my favorite dishes to get at a Chinese restaurant, comparable to any dim sum restaurant that you've been to, any spot you've been to in Chinatown. This right here, it's a real deal. Pretty damn good. So now we got the egg foo young. This right here, not a lot of Chinese restaurants carry this anymore. I feel like it's a dying dish, just like chop suey. But yeah, it's a dying dish, and I don't see it that many restaurants. I feel like this was a very 1960s, 1970s type of dish, but in modern America, you don't find this dish anywhere. Egg foo young is basically a omelet stuffed with your choice of either bean sprouts, pork. I got pork in this one, and then topped with their gravy. This is definitely a Chinese American dish for sure, because you won't find this in Beijing, I'll tell you that right now. So it's kind of like a pork right inside, and then on top is the egg that's been cooked and deep fried on top, and then they add the gravy to kind of finish it off. Classic Chinese American dish. Honestly, I haven't had egg foo young since I was a kid, so it's gonna be a throwback for sure. Let's try it out. Oh yeah, this is definitely giving back memories. Crispy exterior, nice and tender pork interior. The gravy just hits right. Kind of reminds me of a loco moco, actually. Kind of think about it, that's kind of what it's kind of giving me. But it's very much an omelet kind of dish. Very American, very Chinese, a mix of both. And this is what happens when cultures combine and you gotta survive in Southern California. 60 years in the game, but Egg Foo Young still hits. All right, guys, so that was The Feast, a legendary Chinese restaurant, oldest first Chinese restaurant here in Montebello. Knocked it out of the park. You won't find this anywhere else. Most Chinese restaurants are new style or really not doing this type of style, but this right here is nostalgia. And if you're in the area, definitely check them out at Canton City Restaurant here in the city of Montebello. Definitely 100 out of 10. All right, guys, that was the episode of the best food spots here in the great city of Montebello. Even though it's a gateway city between LA and OC, still a must try to stop by all three of these locations. We start out with Frumento's, a Italian market and deli known for their kick-ass sandwiches and amazing ravioli. Can't go wrong with that Italian hidden gem, there for more than 80 years. That place is insane. Then we went to Ari Super Burger, a classic burger joint known for their massive portions, and that pastrami was as big as my head, and the burgers were definitely top-notch and out of this world compared to other burger spots. And finally, we went to a classic Chinese joint, the oldest and only Chinese spot here in the city of Montebello, Canton City, known for their traditional food and a great American classics you won't regret. If I missed out on anything, let me know down below as well. I always love to hear your suggestions. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to always support the channel. As always, peace.